Hi there, this is Pranay from Vijayshari. I hope you are doing great. Good morning, afternoon, evening, depending on your geographic location. So, in today's session, we are going to talk about replication at table level and that too in the bidirectional. So, in the previous session, we talked about replication for table level, but that was in the unidirectional, right? So, previous to this session, we have talked about replication initialization, then how do we set up replication when it is from the scratch, then how do we add connection, how do we set up replication at a database level when it's already initialized, so using dump marker and all that. So, maybe you can refer to that, and also I have covered replication troubleshooting, wherein I have showed which all issues you can face and how to really see the error log, then how to see the SQT output, how to see the SQM output, and then how to make sense of rep agent output, right? So, all that is there in my previous session. So, you can refer to those things, and in case of any question, feel free to ask me. And again, if there is anything which I have not covered until now in the replication or even in the ASC, do let me know and I will be more than happy to cover that. Okay. So, we will show you from the scratch. So, what we will do is we will create a new database. Okay, we will create a table, and then that table will create on both the side, like primary and secondary. So, as you know, I have two server, ASC1 and ASC2. ASC1 I will use at primary and ASC2 I will use it as secondary, and then I have one replication server, right. So, here I am not using routing and all, maybe I can cover that also, like PRS and SRS, which is a primary replication server and secondary replication server, right. So, here we will create table. As you know, table level replication, we do not the replication will not take care of your DDL part. Okay. So, if you do subscribe to truncate table, then it will be able to replicate that. In other cases, if you do any change, whether it's adding column, removing column, all that, you have to do it first after doing set replication off or suspending the replication, and then you can do that. Either suspend replication or you can do a SP_set rep table on the primary side where you are doing change, and if it is bidirectional, then you need to do on the secondary as well. Okay. So, we will see how we actually are able to achieve that. So, in the previous session, we also talked about how do we set up table level replication when it is with materialization, means you have table, but then data will be copied from primary to secondary through rep server. Okay, that is one. And we also covered which is how to add column, right. So, how to add column. So, in the similar way, you can drop some column, or you can remove some column, or you can even alter column. So, even that is possible, right. So, all that is covered in my previous session. So, today let us start and we will get it rolling for the bidirectional table level replication. Okay. So, I have started recording. So, I have my lab ready and I have also put the command so that it would be easy for me to show you. So, as I mentioned before, we will show you from the scratch, means create database on the ASC1, ASC2, create table, and likewise. Okay. So, this is a command. So, this is for disk initialization. Let us go to primary server. This is my primary, use master. Okay. So, this one we have to do it again. Okay, no issues. SP_set configure number of devices, let us set it 20. Okay, this is done. Now, I need to see whether that device work, or it will throw error. In case it is already there, it should throw error. So, it is already existing. So, I think both of them, yeah. So, other one just now it got created. Okay, it's not a issue as such. So, if the device already exists, it will throw you this error, otherwise it will create it. So, you can do SP_help device and you can list out all the devices here. So, you will see that we have TLR_ BDR log and TLR_ BDR data, bidirectional replication. So, TLR means table level replication and BDR is for bidirectional replication. Okay. So, just to make sense of that, why I have used that naming convention. Let us create the table now. Let us create database first and then we will create the table. Let us do all that in one go. Okay. So, it is creating database now, and let us do go. So, it will create table as well. So, you can find out using a select DB_name, it will give you which database you are in right now. So, it is TLR_BDR, and you can do select star from test_, TLR, table level replication. So, you will see that the table exists and there is no data. So, likewise we will do it on the secondary as well. So, reset, use master, go, and let us see sp underscore configure number of devices. What is the value right now? It is 20. Let us set this to 25 so that we do not get this error again. 25, done. It is dynamic, so we do not need to do any restart of server. So, let us create the disk now and also create the database. Okay, until here we can do it. Database failed. Okay, what is the issue? Before the character string, okay, something is not right, something wrong with the, yeah, I think there is something wrong here. Okay, never mind. So, let us see the device is created or no. sp underscore help device, and let us see bdr underscore tbr underscore bdr underscore log, and bdr data is not created. Okay, so, let us create the device for bdr data. Oh no, wait, that was already there, disk init. Yeah, has enough space for future operation. Yeah, that should be fine. I think it is there. sp underscore help device, if you do TLR underscore BDR underscore data, right. So, let us see. Yeah, it is very much there, no issues in that. And likewise we can check the other device also, which is TLR underscore BDR underscore log. Yes, yes, it is also there. Let us create database now. So, log on this one, TLR BDR log, yeah, should be okay. Yes, let us see. Okay, done. Okay, that is why I do not copy the whole command, because somewhere in between you will have spacing issue and all. So, that is why we put in the ISQL file and then calling through input, right. That is what we do. So, now let us create the table, like how did we do on the primary server. Okay, so table should be there. So, likewise we can cross check using select db underscore name, and this is there, and select star from test underscore TLR, right. So, table is there. So, now what we need to do is we have to add the connection to the replication server for both databases, on the primary and on the secondary. So, since it will be bidirectional, what we have to do is, as I have talked about in the bidirectional replication for the MSA, we have to set will it be replicated. So, we have to say yes in both the cases. Okay. So, let us go ahead and open that. Let me start from the beginning. So, let us do Control X. Okay. So, lsltr. Now, let us launch /rs underscore init. Okay. So, configure server product, yes. Okay. 1, add a database to the replication system, yes. Okay. 1. So, server name is rep server name. Okay. Let us accept it. Now, 2, the password of that, Sybase. Okay, it is all completed. So, interface information is completed because we have already added the entry of the server of ASC1 and ASC2 in the replication server. Okay. So, accept it here, yes. Now, 2, database information, 1, ASC1. Table level replication is kind of set up. Let us do that. Let us insert some data and then see how it works. Okay. Now, let us go to secondary, select star from test underscore TLR, and data is replicated. So, unidirectional is set up now, right. So, primary side you have like replication data from primary to secondary, that is working. Now, what we have to do is we have to set up the replication from secondary to primary server. So, both way replication will happen. Now, if you do anything here, update test underscore TLR, or let us okay, set mobile is equal to, this is secondary, mobile is equal to 654. If you do that, this will not go back to your primary server, right. Select star from test underscore TLR and 654, but if you run it here, select star from test underscore TLR, that 654 will not come, right, obviously, because there is no setup right now, there is no replication definition and subscription. So, now what we will do is we will create the replication definition for the replication. So, now let us insert some value here. Okay, so value 2 on the ASC2 side. Okay, so select star from test underscore TLR and let us see the value. Now, let us go ahead and check the value here, select star from test underscore TLR and data is replicated. So, now it is both ways, right. So, now if you insert something else, for example, so let us put some more thing here. Okay, so this only, now let us put it on the ASC1 side. So, let us make it 3. Okay, let us say like table level replication. Okay, now let us say this Bangalore. Okay, and let us set that number to 098765 like that. Okay, so now this is at the primary. So, see the value, select star from test underscore TLR, you have 3 rows. Okay, and likewise you can do VI and let us run it one more time and it is there, right. So, both ways things are moving. Now, if you do update test underscore TLR, set LOC is equal to say Delhi, where ID is equal to 3, right. So, it will update. Now, select star from test underscore TLR and this is updated. Now, let us go to primary and see. So, VI, okay, so it is updated. So, it is working both ways. So, this is like bidirectional table level replication. Okay, so that is all. So, it is pretty straightforward if you know the concept, how it works, if you know how does the replication definition works, subscription works, and then how do we use that set rep table, right. So, that is pretty much of it. So, do let me know in case of any question. Yeah, thank you very much, appreciate your time, thank you, bye.